Well, so far so good today at the office. I guess this afternoon was a little disappointing. So I'll start from the start. Went to the Meadows today, got up, went all the way to the Meadows, and then realized, aside from I don't play nice, it wasn't a stiff crew. And had I known he would race so flat, I certainly wouldn't have been in a big hurry to get to the Meadows today. That's for sure. You know, over the last couple of weeks, we sold some horses that just weren't cutting it. They weren't doing it. And then I raced a horse like I don't play nice today, who didn't look very good at all. And I asked myself, now what? Do I don't... This colt has shown me enough talent in the past, leading up to today, that I want to believe he's a better horse than he's showing. I step back and look at him. I see a big, strong colt. Still a lot of growing to do. Maybe has lost 30 or 40 pounds over the last couple of weeks. Just from shipping around in heat, and the start today certainly wasn't helpful. That's 6 days back in a new track in the heat. Now I find myself, as I say this, making excuses for this horse, but I want to believe he's a better horse than he is today. So after today, I look and I say, it's almost August the 1st. Here's a horse that struggled in a maiden. Now, granted, there were some aged horses in there today, but for the most part, it was a maiden. Well, it was a maiden. Third in a Buckeye, made 2 breaks, trotted in 2 minutes, has shown some ability. What are our options today? 3 paths. There are only 3 paths today. Stay the course, which I'm not really a fan of right now. Sell him like the other ones, or turn him out. He's got a lot of growing to do, a lot of muscle to put on. And again, I keep beating this drum a lot lately, but I do want to have horses that we can race all winter long. And I've talked about this ad nauseum with everybody about you know, how we're going to pivot a little bit this winter. We're going to take some of these horses that maybe we would hold over till February or March and see if they're better for the stakes next year and just race them. December straight through to February, and then say, okay, if you're good enough, you can have 3-4 weeks off. If you're not good enough, somebody else can worry about what they're going to do with you. And I'm going to opt for the latter this year. 2024 into 2025, that's exactly what we're going to do. So these horses that maybe look a little flat today, a little drawn out, a little weak, a little underdeveloped, a little immature, we're going to give you some time. And then you're going to race in December. So that's the plan with I Don't Play Nice, and there may be some of my partners out there saying, Anthony, you just sold the Priest, you just sold LT Troubadour. What is the difference between those 2 horses and I Don't Play Nice? Well, the Priest, his attitude overall, his work ethic, that's the biggest difference between I Don't Play Nice. He might look a little lazy, but has always done the work I asked him to do. Has he ever overachieved and gone to 105%? No. But he hasn't sat on me when I asked him to do his work. The Priest did the other day. He's gone. LT Troubadour, gone. Might be nice 3-year-olds, I have no idea. But I cannot and will not keep horses around that do not want to participate. The horse today, it made a break with hobbles on. Just for 2 strides, he'd be starting out. There's a horse that's interfering. I get off the bike, I look at him, I take a step back, and I look at him. He's a little bit underweight. You can tell that he's got a lot of growing to do, a lot of filling out to do. And if I'm wrong, fine, I'm wrong. But he's one that's going to the field, and that's where he's going to go Friday morning. He's going out to the field. So I Don't Play Nice, done for the summer and into the fall. We're going to test my theory into the winter and into the spring with some of these horses. And I hope I Don't Play Nice proves me right. I hope he turns out to be a nice 3-year-old. Very disappointed with his overall race today. But I'm going to turn the page on this one. I'll tell you, we get back to Northfield Park, and I'll tell you a horse that really impressed me. Oh Hill Knows just turning into a nice filly, and Aaron said, he just, if you watch, we'll go through the turn, he looks over at me, he goes, thanks. He said, that was as easy a win as you're ever going to have. And I said, well, I figured she's turning into a nice filly. She's smarter, so much smarter than what she was taught, right? She missed all that time in the spring. She shouldn't know what she knows. She shouldn't be able to do what she does. And it's not that she goes out and trots in 53 or 54. She's not a killer. But I'm explaining to Darren, I said, this filly missed a lot of time and is doing everything right now. I'm just going to let her mature and mature and mature. Not only, I think, will she be a nice filly, as the year wears on, she's going to get better and better. But I think she's going to be a tremendous 3-year-old. And I think we got a nice horse here with Oh Hill No. I'm not going to talk Cider State Horse and this and that. I just think she's a nice filly that's going to be a really nice 3-year-old. And that's where I stand with her. Tell you a horse that surprised me again today, Allie's Got Grit. I got here as quick as I could, but we couldn't wait any longer. Jason couldn't wait any longer. Jason Merriman warmed up Allie's Got Grit, said, running in bed, at a gear. I don't know if you're going to be able to get this horse around. Something to that extent. Now, we did take the knee boots off him. I don't know why. I couldn't remember, but I didn't remember him wearing knee boots in his qualifier at the Meadows. But we're on a half now. Clearly, if it's on his card, if the girls put it on his card here, there's a chance he wore them here. I went out, scored him down, pulled him up, take those knee boots off. We took the knee boots off him, scored him down again, let him trot through the turn, and the further we went, the more comfortable he felt at Northfield Park. Now, I was super cautious with him. Going into the first turn, I gave everybody a wide berth, and he did his work. He could have been ignorant and just rolled off and got out of it. He didn't. Now, keep in mind, this is a horse that will, aside from if we bring him back here, will, for the most part, never see a half, right? He's going to Springfield, DuQuoin, and Hawthorne. All big tracks. So that really what took place here tonight wasn't a big deal because he's not going to see something this compact, at least for a year, right? Or 10 months, whatever. Trots out of there, going through the second turn. He's now starting, you can feel the horses start to relax. As they get to the turn, they're anxious. The ones that touch themselves or get out of gear, a little anxious. Second turn, third turn, I'm letting him trot forward. And I thought I was going to run down Rosie for a second, but he couldn't quite get there. But the last 100 yards, he was flying, going under the wire. Last half had to be 59 seconds for Allie's Got Grit. Both Allie's Got Grit and Oh Hill No were great. Now, I thought I Don't Play Nice would be the only disappointment, or the biggest disappointment of the day, and it was not. Sweeney, they've been working on his feet. I know that they x-rayed a foot because they thought that there was a fracture line in there. Now, stop me if you've heard this story before. Well, you can't stop me. I'm just kidding, talking. No line. Put a window bar on him. Nothing really come out of the foot. Maybe something. Trained him last week. He was great. Getting him ready for the race, prepping him for the race. He was great. Brought him to the track. Went to warm him up. He was a little pinchy on that foot again. Brought him in. He was sore coming out of the bath stall, out of the urine stall. He said, oh, maybe the shoe is tight. Took the shoe off. He was a little bit better, but still lame. Had to scratch him. Now, she said he slipped a bit. I misunderstood what she said. He slipped a bit in the urine stall. I thought maybe he injured himself a little bit, and then I hear scratch injured after the race. I'm like, oh my God, now what? But when Stacy was explaining it to me, it wasn't behind. He did slip, and he's fine. It was his front foot. Or she believes it's foot. On Jeepers, we've had a couple of horses, and I've heard other horses, but they're here. I can't blame Northfield for Sweeney's fault, for Sweeney's lameness. It's been down there for 6 weeks. So I don't really know. As I said to our clients, I'll give you more information as I have it. He's not sore behind. I thought the slip, I'm thinking the slip, he injured his hip, his stifle, something like that. But no, this is a front foot. So, or she believes it's a foot. So we are going to assess it, reassess it over the next couple of days, bring him back to Northfield Park. As I told her, I said he can stand in a stall here. And if we can't find out what it is, we went through this with Cleveland Masha this year. I just told the story. A funny little note I'll tell you in a second. Same type of thing. If it's not tendon, and it's not ligament, which it is not, and it's not a coffin bone, if you can't find a line in that coffin bone after 2 weeks under x-ray, just stand the horse for 4 to 6 weeks. Whatever bone it is, it's healing. It will be healed in 4 to 6 weeks. Coffin bones take a little longer. Now, Mounts for All is a little different. He fractured his hind P3, his hind foot. No x-ray showed it. It was only detectable under MRI. That's fine. Still going to heal in 4 to 6 weeks. So, I guess worst case scenario, we x-ray this foot in a couple of weeks, and that line is now shown itself. It's now announced itself, and we can determine the severity of the fracture and what we're going to do moving forward. Best case scenario, I guess, best case scenario, pops a pus pocket out of his foot. anywhere in between, we know it's not, as I said, it's not tendon, it's not ligament. So if it's bone, 4 to 6 weeks it will heal if it's not that coffin bone, for the most part. So, again, a lot of unknowns when it comes to this potential injury from Sweeney. Regardless of what it is, we'll get to the bottom of it, and we will formulate a plan of attack. Now, the rest of the night so far has gone very, very well. Don't talk about Bruno. Biggest smile of his life. Third and 57-4. Head to trot. 58-1. 58-2. He's getting better. Great job by Dominic. Great drive by Brett again. Put him in a good spot. Finished a very good third. Dominion. I'm watching the race and I'm like, oh my God. Oh. I don't know what to do with this horse. Get away 7th. He got his nose right on the gate. Puts a step in, leaving. We get away 7th. I'm like, for the love of God. And then all of a sudden he took off. Had to be at the half in 59 and a bit. Trot a mile in 58 apiece. 59. Look good. Second place finish tonight for Dominion. So great job by Harry, Nellie, and Bobby. And Jason Ryan, who was bit in the doghouse, I think, internally over Watch Your Mouth the other night. But, hey, the horse Dominion was good tonight. So congratulations to everybody involved. And then Really Don't Care. I told you she was tight, but I'm still very careful with this filly. I haven't driven her since maybe her first lifetime start. No, I drove her once, I think, in the Meadows. Scored her down. She made a break. We tinkered with her gear. We have her perfect now. In the mile, I could have been much more aggressive with her. 1, she hasn't raced since June 26th. That's 1. 2, do I really want to blast her into a turn only for her to make a break? Why don't we just be a little conservative and let her finish up? And that's exactly what she did. She's going to get better and better and better. Now, we got to be careful with this filly. You can't just stuff her in a condition claimer. She's worth too much money, right? This is a Chapter 7 filly out of a sister to When Doves Cry. There's no sleeper here. But, once we get her up into the 30 claimer, listen, if you want to give us $52,000 for her, fine. I'm okay with that. But that's kind of what she's worth. So I said to Jason, she can win 2 races in that class. If she's as good as I think she is right now, she'll get better and better and better. And then she'll be up where Militant is tonight. And I think she'll be just fine. So very happy with what I saw from her tonight. Really, everybody today raced fantastic. Unfortunately, Sweeney looks like he's injured a little bit. I don't know the extent of it. Can't be very serious because he's been negative under x-ray for 2 weeks. And he's walking. He's not lame. He's walking. He just wasn't sound enough. To race tonight. And a poor performance by I Don't Play Nice, which, forced my hand. And I didn't feel the situation warranted me to sell him. Everything, all the cards on the table, I thought I would give him a chance. And we did turn him out. We'll bring him back later in the fall into the winter and race him. Just let him eat some grass, fill out, put some weight on, put some muscle on, be a horse. And that's what we're going to let him do. Aside from those 2 horses, a great mile from Allie's got grit. So Jim Eaton's got I told you, you never know. And this horse went from being an ignorant, little rude animal to actually being a nice horse to drive. He was a very pleasant horse to drive tonight. So a great job by everybody in the barn. I told you, just a little spit polish. Rinse and repeat, work him and work him and work him, and his attitude would come, and it has. Very happy with that horse tonight. Oh, He'll Know was tremendous. Love that filly to death. She was good again tonight. Don't talk about Bruno. 1st and 3rd in his last 2. He's coming on. Great job by everybody there. Dominion raced good again. Got the 2nd, got the deuce. For the last 4 starts, he's got a 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Rough trip. So he raced good again. Really Don't Care. A very, very good 3rd here at Northfield Park. Now, we still got the late shift coming up. We have Victory Blue Chip and Militant. Both those horses are picked low odds in the program. Militant looks he's in a great spot. Victory Blue Chip, number 5 in the gate's pretty good spot for him too. So we'll see how that plays out. And then tomorrow, I'm actually excited. Excited about High Hopes. I am excited to race her tomorrow at the Meadows. Then I'm going to race Serious Dragon, and I'm going to head to Scioto because I have to race Freedom Hill and not Lily later on. In between them were my former drives at the Meadows tomorrow. Hallie in the Clouds. I talked to Dave Pallone about her today. I'll talk to him again tomorrow. What race is she in? She's in race 11. I can't warm her up, I don't think. No, I can't stay that late. So Halley in the Clouds is racing tomorrow, and Lonely Lakewood. What's Lonely Lakewood's odds? 7-1. So Lonely Lakewood race tomorrow, and then we're going to close out the night with our boy George of the Jungle. Hopefully, now he's back at Mohawk. He's got James back on him, and hopefully he can outdo the third place finish from Don't Talk About Bruno tonight. What else do we got going on? Friday's going to be a great day. Manhattan Money, Rose Run, AJ, Arrowhead, Hanover. Starting the day with 3 stake races, hoping for a bounce back with Watch Your Mouth, 3 Point Blue Chip, and Stay Close are also in Friday night. It should be a lot of fun. What do we got here? Robert Taylor, Daryl Laver. It's ridiculous. It should be a lot of fun for the weekend. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. I did have a couple of updates that I forgot to tell everybody. No, I can't think of them now. They'll come to me, I'm sure, soon enough. So with that, I will let you go. Maybe I'll give you a quick update on the way home, back to Brunswick after the races. But for now, I am all done for the next 30 minutes or so. 10:46 is the post time. It's 9:30 now. Lots of time before I race again. So good luck to all my partners later with Victory Blue Chip and Militant. Congratulations to all my partners tonight thus far. We're having a wonderful day at the office. A lot of questions being answered. A lot of horses coming forward. So take care. Have a wonderful rest of your night. I will talk to you all soon.